Hello, Fancy. Hope you have your cup of tea ready, and we're going to start. I believe we're now on chapter 9. And we've got our sage and our cedar and our sweetgrass. We've cleansed, and we're ready for the reading. And I think this tea is ready. So we last left off chapter 8. We're getting ready for winter. She's got some nice drawings here with the baskets. She's got a picture of the pillow she talked about, Grandmother Gentle Bear she talked about in the last reading. The pillow she wanted to make, weaving, filled with feathers and rabbit pelts to cover it. And here we are in chapter 9. Outdoor kitchen with Bear and Crow. Two bears are fighting in the distance, probably fighting over a female. It's that time of year when big game go into rut and they're breeding for the next year's babies. Not much big game hunting time left. Good thing I got a deer and then another, because that's a lot of dry meat and jerky that help me through the winter. I'll be like that big old bear that doesn't hibernate. There's enough to eat and a beautiful snowy winter to explore and survive. Also a time for indoor chores and crafts. Sewing socks and holes in pants, wood crafting bowls, spoons, cups, and wood burning some stories on the fireside. And plenty of time for writing, drawing, and watching nature. And I'll be busy keeping the fire going in the cabin too. There's a comfort, a place where we like to be. All our stuff is there. We know each path and where they lead. Like the hub of a wheel, they lead me home. There's a path to the outhouse, a path to the woodsheds, a path to the lake shore, and back and forth from the outdoor kitchen, and back to the cabin camp. And the path I took, and my life took, to get here in the little green valley. And this picture of her outdoor kitchen. My days are filled with gratitude and wonder, honing my skills and learning new ones, learning to listen and repeating bird songs. Chip, chip, trill and twitter, tweet, tweet, and more trilling. Knock, knock, knock of the northern flicka. He's a smaller woodpecker, but he gets the job done. There's also the red-headed woodpecker, makes the large holes in the trees that other animals take over for nesting. And my usual friends, chickadees, sparrows, swallows, the jays, crows, robins, owls, ducks, turkeys, squirrels, chipmunks, and many others. Some are here seasonally, and some birds stay all year. Some migrate. Always new visitors stopping by on their way here and there. Moose meat and tea with a chickadee. Their songs are a daily musical with all the players. An extended orchestra that resets your energy and vibrations, keeping me in tune with nature and feeding my soul with a new show that starts as soon as the sun comes up and continues throughout the day with intermissions, costume changes, and performers waiting in the wings for a return call and a familiar song. And the symphony plays on, nature's never-ending give and take, and in all its glory. Knock, knock, who's there? Me, and it's time for tea. I'll spend the rest of the day writing and drawing all that I see and listening to the forest music. Very tasty. And Grandmother Gentle Bear, she has some plants here that she talks about. I'm not allowed to talk about it on YouTube, and what their uses are, and things not to eat, things to drink. I woke this morning a bit stiff and sore from all the work it takes to get ready for winter, but at the same time feeling ready and satisfied. A few stretches and I'm feeling ready for the day. I'll take the canoe across the lake this morning, a bit more foraging, and I'm enjoying these last few days of autumn. The canoe is ready to cross the lake. A few baskets for foraging, and a fishing rod, and a bit of jerky to have with my tea in case I spend the night on the far shore on the forest edge. The water welcomes my paddle like old friends shaking hands. It feels good to glide the canoe across the water, with ripples breaking the still, silent waters. The cooler days mean less black flies and good fishing. As I'm nearing the shore, I drop in a line, and within a few minutes, I've got a fat speckled trout. That will be a nice dinner. A few more casts and a few more fish. A good start to my little adventure. There's plenty of animal tracks on the shoreline. Badger, deer, moose, coyote, ducks, turtles, raccoons, and a range of bear tracks. As I reach shore, I'm already giving thanks for the fish and the day ahead. One match strike, and the sage bundle begins to smoke. Smoke that heals and cleanses as I pull it over me, from head to toe, washing my spirit and energy, steadying my heartbeat, and a smile forms on my face. I'm trying to draw the animal tracks as best I can. The funniest tracks are the raccoons. Like funny little hands with extra tips, sensitive tips that help them feel food under the water. Raccoons can climb and squeeze under and through almost any situation they encounter. The deer is elegant and proud and quiet and cautious, gazing le foret almost on tippy toes, and jump and run when startled. The coyote is quiet and sneaky and always looking for food. Although Old Crow cawed and cried out all spring, summer, and autumn, he never got a call back. He circles the lake, crosses from end to end, postures on the top of tall pines, but no reply. And here he is, on this side of the lake, talking to me as he hops from branch to branch, on duty, watching every move I make, probably hoping for a morsel of dry fish. He's good company and will alarm if a predator is near. He's worth a piece of dry fish at dinner, building a friendship but not making him depend on me. And Grandmother Gentle Bear has drawn some pictures of wild clover, yarrow, horse mushrooms or pine mushrooms, fairy ring mushrooms, chicken of the woods. There's the pine mushrooms, very nice. It's been a busy day with great rewards. There's rabbits to be skinned and cleaned, there's grouse to be plucked and cleaned, and many baskets of greens and berries for drying and preserving. But first a short rest and a hot cup of wild tea. She said here, wild tea. Reflecting on these past few months and the bounty nature has provided. How fortunate to be part of the forest, its animals, its plants, the insects, and everything that lives there. The daily songs of life and the peaceful healing all around. You can see her teacup in there. Fish frying on a stick over the fire and a small piece of bannock washed back with tea. Crispy golden brown leaves crunch under my bare feet. A warm smell of rotting leaves fills the air like a warm sweater on a cool day. A slow walk into the meadow that was filled with wildflowers in the spring is now green and brown with long grass and tall trees line the edge. Leaves floating and sailing in slow motion, like a colorful quilt waving with the beautiful colors of autumn. short nap in the meadow to recharge my spirit and enjoy the last days of Indian summer. Drifting into sleep with the forest when I hear a low drum beat. It vibrates through the breeze, and then the singing. The ancestors, the elders, they've left a part of their spirit in the trees, in the water, the air, the meadow, the animals, and the plants. Caretakers for Mother Nature and her seasons. And the drums and the singing tells me we are still here. Giving thanks with an offering of sage and lavender and a sprinkle of tobacco. I load the canoe and take one more look back to make sure the small cooking fire is cold. I'll remember this day for a long time, and I'll write it down, and I'll read about it once in a while. And I'll tell it in my stories. It will look very different here come winter. There's a few more paddles around the lake yet before winters freeze up. My cozy cabin is calling me from across the lake, and a warm fire tonight to take the chill off, and this suits me just fine. It's almost dark when I land on the cabin shore. I'm greeted by the squawk of crow and the yipping of Limpy, the fox. My first thought is getting a fire going inside, but not until I unload the canoe and put it away. Warm soup on the cabin fire to warm me from the inside out, and a good sleep is minutes away. Bring in a few more pieces of wood and a couple good-sized logs. Stoke the fire and then to bed. Another unforgettable day will arrive with the sunrise, and I'll be rested and ready for whatever comes my way. And we're going to stop there. We went past, so we're on part of chapter 10. We're at 10 and a half. And we're going to continue reading in a day or two. And that will take us to the end of book 2 on the next reading. Thanks for stopping by for tea and listening to the old story. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. And we'll continue reading Searching for the Little Green Valley tomorrow or the next day. Remember to leave a comment. Maybe tell me a story that you have about the bush, and I'll repeat it on one of my videos. Like and subscribe and share to keep this little channel going. And remember, as always, be kind to nature and go into the forest as often as you can. The artwork that you see here on the walls is a wearable, one-of-a-kind, painted by a local artist. And you'll find a link to some of the stuff he does on my page. And get the chickadee, there's a lynx, got a cougar, I'm just trying to turn the camera so you can see more of this artwork. All right, there we go. There's a caribou here. We've got the cougar, chickadee, lynx, fox, and of course the happy bear. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.